Roll it. Do it.
Are we live?
Are we live right now?
Yes, we are recording. A-D-G-T Harmony. We didn't even practice that.
Wow.
It's a damn good time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
I'm Derek Keck.
And this, what you're watching right here, is a damn good time podcast.
Or listening.
Hit him. Yeah. This week we have Derek Keck in the studio. He's back. It's been a little while,
It's been a minute.
but he's back.
Been a minute.
We're going to taste Call in the Cavalry from Millersburg Brewing Co. I'm still unsure how to pronounce Cavalry.
Cavalry.
Yeah, Cavalry.
Cavalry.
Call in the Cavalry.
Yeah.
Round them up.
Round them up.
Call in the Cavalry. Then we will chit-chat about all the cool things going on, because there's a lot of cool things going on. So have no fear. Grab a beer, because a damn good time is here.
Hell yeah.
I felt like a poet today. I don't know. I needed to rhyme some shit.
You're a poet, and you didn't even know it.
I knew it, though. I was feeling
It's
it.
in your eyes. Glistening, beautiful eyes. As a poet would say.
Beautiful.
All right.
Let's get into it.
That's the intro. And that's probably going to be the best part of the show.
And we're done. All right.
done.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Everybody just close out.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to click like and subscribe. That's it.
We're joking.
We're just keep
This is on
posted.
This is your first episode. We're joking.
There's a reason. There's like an hour and a half left of this, because we're not going to stop talking.
Yeah, probably not.
But Derek Keck's here.
He's back.
I'm here.
again.
Hey,
He's back. I feel
missed
like
you
it's been a
guys.
while.
It's been a minute.
Yep.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Well,
Sarah was on the show last time. It was we had a little foursome going on here.
Oh yeah, God, it's been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a few weeks.
Shit. Yeah, man.
Weeks on weeks on weeks.
Weeks on weeks.
No, long story short, we just don't like having you around. So.
I know, but you guys can't book anyone else, so here I am. So.
No, I just think things have been hectic with the Thanksgiving in there and all that shit.
Yeah, all
and
the holidays,
work
odds,
schedules,
things.
Yeah, I think we did a couple where it was just the gruesome twosome solo. The duo.
It's not that he didn't get invites. You know what I mean?
He's a busy fucking man.
I'm booked. I'm booked all the time.
He's a busy
You know?
man.
Dude,
Well,
I'm flying places. I'm
He's
going
got
to Europe,
he's got
Taiwan,
all those Pantene
Tijuana sometimes.
all those Pantene Pro V commercials you got to shoot because of the beautiful hair of yours.
You're saying
Pantene
Oh,
Pro V.
Okay. Yes.
Pantene. That's the shampoo name, right?
Yes. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
You
Or
get,
Garnier-
I don't do panty commercials.
get on that Head and Shoulders with
Garnier
good.
Fructi.
Troy Palomano. Troy Palomano. I don't know. He's still this guy. Who cares?
Okay.
Paul
That's it's funny that you brought that up, because I was thinking of this earlier this week. Is what the fuck happened to that dude? And all of a sudden he shows up on commercials. Like, did he retire? I mean, does he still play football?
I
No,
just
no.
had this conversation
He
with
retired.
Buck. Yeah,
Years
I didn't
ago.
know. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know this either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he got old for the game and he retired. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like that commercial he's in, I mean, obviously he's looking older because he got older, but like you see the gray hairs and shit, and it's like, oh God. like
He's probably 41.
oh yeah.
I remember when he was just a young
He's
buck.
probably like 5 years older than us, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably Google. He's probably our same age,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Fucking
And not everyone can be Tom
no,
Brady.
he had his years, and well, when you're not a quarterback or a punter or a kicker or something, and you're out there.
He's exactly 40 years old.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Only 2 years older than me.
when you're out there just dishing hits all day, and taking hits all day,
that's gonna be hard on
body
your
can't
body.
take that.
Abusing the shit out of yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm sure he made a decent chunk of change. And
Oh yeah, 100%. And then he became like the Head and Shoulders poster child
yeah.
guy that was like on all the head. As soon as they like retired, I think not too long after that, he was like on all the Head and Shoulders commercials, and now they like rebranded and,
Thick, flowing, beautiful hair.
did it somebody else. I forget who it is.
I forget too. Yeah. Oh, it was Mahomes, wasn't it?
It might be Mahomes.
I think it was
he
Patrick
shows
Mahomes.
up and he's like, whatever.
It's like, hey, yeah, and then like it's funny because like Troy's like, isn't Troy like the store clerk? Well, not clerk, but like the store helper guy. I'm like, yeah, try the Head and Shoulders,
something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, like I was even thinking that before the commercials. Like, whatever happened to that guy? That guy was a fucking beast. But like, yeah, everybody has to retire at some point, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good for him that he can do it before I can.
Yeah. They go out there and
I'm looking at retirement at like 80, I think.
Hey, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they go there, throw their bodies on the line for 10, 12 years.
Yeah,
Right.
Hopefully.
Makes
And
sense.
then
yeah.
you're done.
Unless you're fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah, this
He'll
is
probably win a Super Bowl at 60. like he'll be like
Yeah.
the oldest guy to ever win a Super as a quarterback. Will be 60 years fucking old.
He's smart though. Like, I don't feel like he ever takes hits. That's his thing. He lays down before he'll take a major hit.
Yeah.
Well, even like LeBron James still playing basketball at 36. Like 36 is old for a basketball player.
Yeah.
too.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, for most professional athletes, 36 is old.
yeah. You lose the juice, man. You lose juice. You lose the
I mean, that's when I got out of the game. Was when I was 36.
right.
When you quit playing basketball, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Whenever
It was literally like 1 year ago.
2 years, but that's probably literally when I stopped working out. Look at me now.
It just goes to shit then.
Yeah. I still see on my Facebook memories. It was like 2 years ago, and I'm flexing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't feel that old, and I'm like all skinny and shit, and here I am, 50 pounds heavier, and everything hurts.
Hey,
So I feel it, Troy.
dad bods are in. Hurting joints are in.
Yeah.
It's the new sexy problem. I don't know.
So I get it. I get exactly what Troy Polamalu went through. You know, I feel like that's exactly. I can relate exactly to that.
That's why they're pushing all this CBD oil now.
Yeah.
I've never tried CBD oil or any of the products, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like all the craze now too.
I'm still kind of afraid too because they say like, oh, it doesn't show up on drug tests. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't. Are you sure? Like,
Well, I don't even know. Like, is it fun?
well, the
Is
CBD
it high school fun?
No, it's not high school.
No, the CBD is supposed to give you a
no.
high. It's supposed to just kind of like
Mellow you out or something.
it's basically like the Tylenol.
Gotcha.
Tylenol is to Oxycontin as CBD is to weed. You know.
It's like when somebody sold you a bag of oregano and you thought it was weed.
Yeah. And that did happen to me.
Yeah.
But you still mentally thought.
Well, yeah,
you were
and
doing
I
it.
placebo
Still
effect.
best
And I
smoke
still-
placebo
and
effect.
And I still
Yeah.
smoke the oregano.
Wow. I'm fucked up.
Well, that's the other thing too. There's that Delta 8 variant thing is out where it's not illegal, but it is still THC and it still does give you a buzz. Maybe not as good as regular THC or whatever Delta that one. I think that one's 9. The Delta 8's legal, but the Delta 8 will still pop hot on a drug test. So
For sure.
PSA from a Damn Good Time podcast: if you have to pass a drug test, don't do Delta 8.
I've heard people talk about that, and they are people that have also smoked
Yeah,
before. I have not tried it, and they've said they've gotten like the same kind of high off of it,
right.
maybe even worse or whatever. Like it did whatever, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, it works. It from all accounts I've heard, a couple personally of people that I know personally, and it's not shit I've read off the internet, is that it does get you high. It is completely legal. You're allowed to have it. You're allowed to have as much as you want of it, but it will still pop you on a regular drug test. So don't think it's like a CBD where it doesn't. You know, like.
yeah. I think if you're worried about your job at all, I wouldn't do any of it.
Yeah, right.
But,
Yeah, just drink.
yeah, just drink
Like
heavily.
the rest of us.
Just destroy your liver, drink, and make bad decisions because that's
Yeah.
way better for your job.
Yeah. Makes sense, right?
It does. It makes a lot of sense. So, Cody, how's your week been?
It's kind of funny to just rotate off that. But
Anyway, so by the way,
Well, we had a little banner, and we, we want to move on to how's your week been?
my week's been good. let's see. What did I do since we last talked? Well, we had
a disappointing football weekend.
oh god,
Very disappointing football weekend.
it was bad.
I was at your house for the
Ohio State,
Michigan.
Ohio State Michigan game.
Yeah.
That was very disappointing. Michigan just wanted it more.
They
just wanted
did
They wanted a lot
great.
more.
Shout out to Michigan fans. I fucking hate you, but you guys earned that win for sure.
They rolled both sides of that football. I mean, it wasn't like it was a shootout. Like
Right.
They just offensively came to play. They
Right.
offensively and defensively came to play, and we could not stop either side. So, hey, props to them.
Yep.
One every 10 years, I'll be fine with that.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, next year we're coming back hard because we have so many great freshmen and juniors.
like
and
like
this is gonna be
all
bad.
of our all-stars are freshmen.
our
Yeah.
quarterback alone, who was in the running for a Heisman Trophy, he's probably not going to get it now.
No,
honestly.
he won't get it now.
But he's going to be a stud next year. So
He's got 3 more years.
hopefully,
He's
fingers
got 3
crossed.
more years to try. Yeah.
Browns disappointing again.
Browns are the Browns. Browns is Browns.
It's just you watch them some games and you're like,
Yeah.
damn, this is a good football team. But now they've gotten so beat up, it's like I don't even know who this team's like the old Browns again.
Well, they're a hard time staying healthy, keeping everybody out there.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
And I can't even really comment on that performance because like I tuned in, but then I fell asleep at like 9:15 because I had to work the next day. I hate late games.
How do you feel about the whole Baker Mayfield? Like a lot of people are like, get rid of him as quarterback, right? Already.
I
Remember he came in
yeah.
at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They finally brought him in. Everybody's like, bring Baker in. He
Yeah.
comes in.
He's a Cleveland Saint.
Wins
He's a
us a
savior.
game.
He's a savior of the whole team, the whole franchise.
He's doing awesome. And then now he's going through a rough patch, and right away everybody's like, get rid of him. He sucks.
Yeah.
Well, my other brewer, Buck, and I, we talk about this all the time. He's a hardcore, like, get him out of there. He sucks. He's not anything. I'm like, well,
Buck says that?
Yeah, Buck does.
Hey, cool your jets.
He's
little
a
there,
Cowboys
Buck.
fan. He's
Oh,
an
so he didn't
asshole.
even fucking know. Like it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
opinion's already skewed if he's a fan of the Cowboys. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
care.
He just likes cheerleading.
Shut up,
I don't
Buck.
know.
You dummy.
But I'm like, hey, I think the guy's done a great job.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see him.
He's give him time.
Well, yeah,
Let
and I
this
mean,
team work together.
he's already proved that he's a game-winning quarterback. He's a great player. He's got the fucking heart. I think he's riddled with fucking injuries right now. His knee, his shoulder, like he's playing with a torn fucking ligament in his shoulder. Obviously, it's not his throwing arm, but still,
he takes a beating. When he's out there playing, which
I don't care if you're like, well, like this is my brewing arm, and then that one's your non-brewing arm. Like I feel like if you're in pain in your non-brewing arm, your beer might suffer a little bit.
Right,
You know what I mean? I'll cut you some slack.
I got a little stirring happens
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes, and
I'll cut you some slack if all of a sudden, like, well, this French Ridge IPA isn't as good as the last batch of French Ridge IPA I made. Well, dude, you're injured. You don't feel good.
It's true.
We'll cut you some fucking slack.
Buck has a list of made up injuries. He calls it one's brewer's elbow from pulling mash, grain lung. They're all bullshit injuries. None of them
But still, like
Buck bashing episode.
fuck you, Buck. We hate you. No, just kidding. I love
Yeah,
you, Buck. And in fact, I haven't seen you in a while, Buck. I miss you. If you're watching this right now, just I miss you, bud.
Come see us sometime.
Yeah. We'll have to have him on the show
Oh yeah,
He wants to be
100%.
on the show. Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, like,
I mean, he's wearing a thing on his arm.
yeah,
To me, right away, like if you put any extra anything on my body
right.
that I'm not used to, it's gonna affect me.
And how many games after the opening of the season? How many games have we been 100% healthy with our full starting roster on the field? There's not many.
No.
There's not many at all.
No,
So
I mean
it's like-
that's what's
And you know, I'm not sitting there trying to make excuses for him, but we shouldn't be like pulling the plug, you know?
No.
Like, oh, we've lost a couple. We lost big games. Let's fucking bench Baker. Let's get it. We shouldn't be drafting a quarterback.
I don't
next
think
draft.
Baker should have been playing a couple of those games.
Right.
That
Agreed. Yeah.
that Stefanski let him get in.
Right.
I think they should have arrested him. You know, we had one of the highest paid backup quarterbacks in the league right now.
Case Keenum,
Yeah.
right?
Who knows his way around the football field. Play him. Just
Right.
play him. We win, lose, whatever. Doesn't matter, but you need to rest your boy.
Right.
It's
Yes.
like if you want him to be the franchise quarterback he's supposed to be, you should not have him out there wearing an arm sling and
Right.
being all tore up.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not going to make anything better.
Right.
agreed. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel you there.
our offensive line is pretty good, but there's still, it doesn't matter how
We
good
even
the
have a
offensive
couple
line
guys
is,
on the
you're still gonna
offensive
get
line
hit.
beat up, like that. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah. So I don't know,
which
and
that
I mean,
sucks because our offensive line was fucking great when they're healthy. Like,
oh yeah, defense too.
yeah,
So it's been going both ways, and
yeah.
it's been a cluster of a season for us. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully next year they can recoup and turn around. But
Yeah, I mean, when we're used to that being
yeah.
Cleveland sports fans, like just waiting for next year.
hey,
But-
we're always waiting.
Yep, there's always next year. There's always next year.
Always
Unless-
a bridesmaid,
unless
never a
they
bride.
somehow come out and win the rest of the season out and some things go our way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty much we're
Yeah.
pretty much done so for the rest of the year. I mean, our division's just too good right now. You know, you got Baltimore and Steelers and Cincinnati's
Yeah,
killing it.
banger.
So,
Bengals are tearing fucking ass, dude.
yeah, so I mean, it'd be a long shot if we can get in the wild card at this
Right.
point.
Right.
So
But hey, always next year.
always next
There's
year.
always next year.
Yeah, that was
By
the
golly.
depressing thing for Ohio State losing to Michigan. It was like,
Yeah,
damn, and the Browns are sucking too. Oh man.
yeah. Because
Well, I mean, we're used to the Browns sucking, but having Ohio State lose to Michigan, that was like,
yeah, that was because there's nowhere in playoffs now, right?
no shot.
No.
No, because
Yeah, because we're not even in the Big Ten fucking championship
no.
game.
Michigan will go Big Ten championship with it should be Wisconsin, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and play them.
Hey, but for Ohio team, Cincinnati Bearcats, they're still in the top four, ain't they?
Yeah, they should get in.
Ain't they?
Oh.
They might get in. I don't know. It's still questionable, but
Yeah.
they should get in. Now that Ohio State's out, they should get in. And they'll get rolled. Michigan will get rolled.
Yeah,
Because Michigan should get in too because they're going to win the Big Ten. They should. And then
Oh yeah, Bearcats are number 3 right now.
it's going to be Georgia, Alabama in the final game.
Dude, I would fucking shit a brick though if we get an Ohio team. Like, I'm Bearcats all the way at this point. I want them to get in. I'd
be for
love
Ohio, yeah.
like I'd love to see them win out. You know.
Yeah, might as well, right? Give
Yeah.
them some street cred.
Oh, their next game is the Houston Cougars, which are 16. So
That's the thing; they don't really play anybody, so it's
Right.
It's tough to say like, oh yeah, you should. If they go against a team like Georgia, Alabama,
but they're the only.
Right.
Well, no, Georgia's undefeated, right? Or Georgia lost one.
No, I think they're still undefeated. I might be wrong on that, but either way, they go against either of those teams. They're gonna get plowed over. They're gonna get plowed.
Oh yeah, Georgia's undefeated, 12-0.
Yeah,
But Bearcats are undefeated too. But like you said, they don't play as big of teams. But
no, they get a couple big games their year, of teams that are actually worth their salt.
right.
So when they go against Georgia or Alabama,
Oh
or
man,
anybody, they're gonna get rolled. They're gonna get rolled.
Georgia's playing Alabama tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that their conference championship then? I don't know. Without doing too much googling and shit. I thought we're in like regular season over conference championship type shit right now, right? Or no? Am I wrong?
We're there already. We might be.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Well, because if we would have beat the Wolverines, we were going to the Big Ten championship, which is this weekend.
Okay. But I'm trying to remember now how they make it all up. We need a sports guy here. Where's Eric?
Yeah.
I don't know. As soon as Ohio State lost, I just
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah. He stopped
I
paying
know we're
attention.
gonna have a bowl game, and I'll watch that bowl game. It'll
Yeah.
be great. Ohio
Yeah.
State bowl game, but
For sure.
I'm
What
done
was-
caring about playoffs and everything else.
By the way, I loved your post though. What was it? You had I just hope both teams have fun. That's funny. Is that The Office?
I was being completely facetious on that one. Anybody that knows me that saw that post, you should know that I was being sarcastic. I really wanted that team up north to not have any fun at all, and then they took all of the fun.
They really did.
Yeah.
And I want to walk back my prediction of I think I said 45-17 was my prediction, Buckeyes over Wolverines, and I was way off.
Whoops.
I know.
And I think that's why we lost, because I never talk shit about football, and that's my first talking shit got put on the internet through this podcast of me saying, nah, man, it's going to be a blowout. We're fucking riding a high right now.
And it was literally a blowout. The other
Michigan sucks. 45-17. We're fucking them up. That's the most shit I've really ever talked.
You know what? I literally told my brother this a few months ago when the babies were about to be born. I said it's going to be just our luck.
Their first
Michigan Ohio State game. Michigan's going to win. I said it's going to be just my luck. It's gonna, and he's like, they do look pretty good this year. They're looking pretty good. And, then, confidence came back when they got beat by Michigan State. It's like, oh, okay. And then we play Michigan State. We just
fucking
whooped their ass. Yeah.
Rolled Michigan State. Like
that's why I came off of that high, and I'm like,
oh yeah, we're gonna destroy these guys.
Ugh.
But when you
There's
play
no way.
When you play them at their home, it's a different story. So.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I gotta say this too, though. I texted your wife. She must not have brought it up to you. I was like, didn't you guys always have? Well, when you first started getting together, wasn't it?
Whoever, yeah, we're supposed to be wearing Michigan shirts this podcast.
Yeah,
she forgot to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
She was supposed to give me one, or she didn't tell me about the bed. I don't know. So
well, no, because I remember she would wear an Ohio State hoodie after we beat them.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time that hasn't happened since you guys have been together. So I haven't seen you wearing a Michigan thing yet. So I thought that was your guys' thing, but you get
apples and apples, different things, doesn't matter? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that little thing that was so long ago. It doesn't even matter anymore.
Well, at the start, I was more involved in the rivalry, and then once we got beat them like 10 times, since I met her, we've always beat them.
Yeah.
It kind of became like, this isn't fun.
And I will even say kind of like what you hinted at earlier is like, she didn't arrange that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go out and I'll give her money to buy me a Michigan shirt, but I'm not going to buy it myself.
Oh, she said you had your Michigan shirt.
I don't. I
needed to buy one, or she needed to buy one for me, or something.
Well, because I thought it was like your bet, you and hers bet.
I think we might have made a bet over air or something. I don't know, but
I don't know. Oh, wait, just pretend this is a Michigan shirt.
This is blue. Give me some yellow. Yeah, Steve's got yellow. I got blue. Boom. There we go.
First off, it's a podcast. Second off, like you guys can edit, so just
Yeah.
There's some Michigan.
I just find some like random floating Michigan shirt and like put it over.
Yeah, just put it over you and you guys will be out of it.
Yeah. We should probably get off to one topic that we're like half good at. It was just sports.
Yeah.
And this is still, how's my week been? But I haven't asked you. We haven't even talked to Derek yet.
Yeah. My week's been good.
How's your week, Steve?
It's been okay.
It's been good.
I had to pick up an extra shift at the plant today. Wasn't too happy. Well, I mean, I was happy because I'm the kind of guy. It's like, you give me overtime, I like the money. You give me 40 hours, I'm fine. You know, I'm not gonna pick me, but I'm never gonna turn it down. You know,
right?
I'm dust in the wind, baby. You tell me what to do. But yeah, other than that, like shitty football week. It's been a long week. We got some nice weather. At least it felt like spring again, and I felt like, oh my god, I wish it was actually spring, so I could put my tank tops back on and stuff. Regular bullshit. It's nothing too exciting.
Of weather. It's just a little blur.
Yeah. But Derek, how's your week? And how have you been since? I mean, it's been a while, man.
It's been a minute, man. It has. I've been good. Yeah. It's living life.
I know we talked off air a little bit about Thanksgiving. That sounds like you had a good time with that. What's new in the brewing world? Have you been cooking up some new brews and shit like that?
I think I talked about a couple of the ones I had last time. Because right now is a little bit more of our downtime on production, so we're just making fun beers, hanging out, being buds,
experimenting and shit.
This is time, it's time that everyone thinks it's just brewing, just hanging out, drinking beers. This is the only time that it kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other half of the year, you're more like push. And now you're like,
Everyone's like, I want to be a brewer because like you guys just like get to pal around,
right.
hang out with your boys, drink
Yeah.
beers. Like, no, it sucks. For the
Yeah.
most part. But
Well,
I mean,
that's
it's
what they
great.
say.
But you love it because you're making your passion.
Yeah.
You know, and it's it's the science that goes behind it. It's everything else. Now's the time of year that we get to make fun beers, cool stuff that's gonna, we're doing test batches, what's gonna maybe work next year, what's not. We're trying everything out in the tap room. So I love this time of year. This is my favorite time of year.
This is the research and development type part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always been my fun. And we always did it in the winter in the kitchen. It's like, well, what dishes, what can we play with? What can we do while we're slow,
Yeah, right.
Like,
This is it. This is
dude.
yeah. We made. I think I talked about a little bit of this last time. We made like an Italian Pilsner, first time ever, which is super fun beer to make. We had to read a lot about this beer, figure out how to make it, on our system, play around with the water. We made my beer, which I talked about last time too.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping to bring. I had all these cool beers I was going to bring, and I literally didn't bring anything.
That's cool, man.
But hey, next time.
Next time.
Next time around. next
you're
time
baiting us. You're baiting
It
us.
is.
Bringing back. You're like, you better bring me.
I got two fun. Yeah, we made 2 fun barley wines a while back. I brought those out of barrels. So we're actually doing like a cool little like 3 bourbon barrel aged like 3 packs. We're selling at the brewery now, which are kind of fun. So one's our pumpkin ale, which we've had here, the barrel aged pumpkin. The other one is our McBender. So that one is actually aged in. This goes back to the Baker family, which I work for.
Yeah.
Bill Baker, his family goes way back. Their family's old 1840s bourbon recipe.
Yeah.
So a distillery actually made it. Took this recipe, made it. We got the barrels after they made this whiskey. It's $100 and some, like rare. It's a first test batch of it they did.
Yeah.
It was excellent. Like some of the best bourbon I ever had.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It was
That's
so
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, can we get some? Or like they're like, no, it's already sold. Like you can't get any. I'm like, that sucks.
But we were using the barrels.
Right. But it was cool. So it's called McBender, and what we did is we took the bourbon recipe, basically we had to reverse it somewhat. There was a lot of corn, this like really, I can't even think of the name, like a red corn they were using for this, and other stuff, and plus with the grain bill. So we flipped it, made it more grain, less corn.
Okay.
But we used the same bourbon yeast to ferment it.
Okay.
And that's usually a big no-no. In brewing, don't use whiskey yeast to make beer. You get a bunch of weird off flavors, stuff like this. This stuff was dirt cheap, first off.
Yeah.
Well, because we've never heard of this before. Like I don't think a lot of bourbon guys were using this yeast. We found it that they traced it back to what they probably would have been using for this bourbon recipe.
Right.
We used it. This stuff worked awesome.
Yeah.
Like we fermented it out with it. It's weird. There's no off flavors, nothing strange about it. It's just such a weird beer. Like it tastes like cotton candy.
Yeah.
It's this
really?
big, high alcohol beer that we made. We're calling it a barley wine.
Yeah. Well, because I remember when I was making moonshine.
Yeah.
I never wanted to use beer yeast because it wouldn't live past that certain alcohol. Like I wanted the highest alcohol possible before I distilled it. So I was using like turbo yeast and it had like it had a whole bunch of other like shit in it to help it survive longer.
It has to last longer to eat up more of the sugar,
right?
So to get to where you need to be,
right? So fun fact: whenever you brew shit, you put yeast in it. Yeast will die because the alcohol content in its environment is too strong and it kills it.
Yeah.
So for higher proof shit, anything that's higher proof, it has to be able to last past. Like that 8%, usually it's like kill point.
And that works for same thing for beer. You need a yeast that's strong enough to ferment.
Right.
Something like if you're making like a really high octane strong ale or barley wine or something, you need something that's going to ferment it down.
Yeah, because
otherwise you're going to end up with like a higher sugar content. It's going to make it sweeter.
Yeah, you'll have a sweet beer with a 3% because your yeast died too early.
Yes, and that sucks.
Yeah. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But no, dude, that's cool. That sounds awesome. So you guys are R&D in and all that shit?
Yeah, we did that. We did another barley wine on top of that one called we called it Shaman's Magic. It's it's like a straight up good classic barley wine. we did that in collaboration with they're called Snobs. They're a homebrew association.
Okay.
We're friends with some of the guys that are members. They came down and brought their recipe to award-winning homebrewers. Brewed with them. They brewed on our system. Had a really fun day doing it. So we made our Shaman's Magic as well. It was also aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bunch of fun stuff we've been working
playing
on,
around.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did
Hell
2
yeah.
bottle releases with those. Those are our 3 that we're doing in like 3-packs now. But
That's awesome.
yeah, man,
I would need to come. Can we find them on the shelf, or do I have to go there?
I can bring you guys some.
Well, I mean,
yeah. We have it. No, it's only there. We're only
Okay,
we're only
okay.
released there.
yeah. Anybody listening, you
Yeah.
can't find it on the shelf. Go to Millersburg Brewing. Get it there in Millersburg, the heart of Amish country.
Heart of Amish Company. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. I really want to try those. For sure.
Yeah, and like you were talking about, like I know last time we touched on, like, you know, this is your time where you get to relax a little bit. It's because your pre-time you spent so many hours making your pumpkin beer and your Christmas beer, like
That is my
as
entire
soon as
summer.
the weather
Yeah.
turned to like 72,
Yes.
75 degrees, it's like, oh, we gotta make pumpkin beer. Oh, now we
Yeah.
gotta make Christmas beer. And it's just like
I make
making
your
gallons and
holiday
gallons
beers.
and yeah.
in the spring and summer, and it sucks.
Yeah.
What is it in the band Beck, as they say, bottles and cans, just clap your hands, just clap your hands.
It does.
It's been your whole life just bottling and canning.
Bottle and can. That's it.
And then you clap your hands.
And I clap my hands. We
You
do.
Clap your hands.
We do. We made even Marty and I a couple years ago made like a really fun, like basically our pumpkin commercial that we did online.
That's was that the one that you mimicked?
The well, we did Office Space. Yeah.
Office Space.
Mhm.
I wanted to say The Office, but I know it's not that. It's Office when they beat up the printer and said you were beating up pumpkins.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
I remember that shit was fucking gold. That was
Yeah,
hilarious.
It was fun to make.
Just beating
They got
the
a
shit
couple
out of
beers to me
pumpkins.
too to do it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel I'm on camera. I must act, and as an actor. you
Well,
know?
like you said, you're a brewer, and everybody wants to be a brewer. You're always a couple beers deep, right?
yeah, of course. I wish.
Because that's a responsible way to run a business.
Drunk.
Yes.
No.
Speaking of holiday time, because we talked about making holiday beers.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, first I'm gonna ask you this question:
Okay.
who is the most iconic Christmas song singer
Mariah Carey.
Of all time or
of all time?
trending now?
Of all time. And Derek's already got 100%. It's Mariah Carey.
Oh, okay.
And she's almost gonna go diamond, platinum.
I know.
record.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know for sure she is now.
And she has a new Christmas special coming out on iTunes.
Oh,
I heard this,
On
and
Apple.
someone was telling me this earlier today. I don't know this. I've not verified the facts myself, but I think it's like she made something like off of that song alone over the years, like 20 years. She's made like
Oh my
$500
God.
million off of that song.
Easy.
just the royalties off of that shit.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
Because
500
it plays
Everywhere.
All I want for Christmas is you.
I watched a little.
I sound just like
I
her.
like Christmas is
You
fine.
could've
Certain
did it.
times that song is Satan.
Oh, you got to play it during Christmas, though.
And I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm not a big Christmas music fan.
Nor am I.
No,
Like I like it peppered in there.
I do too.
Pepper it in,
Yeah.
like. But even at work today, somebody turned on I think it's 101.7 in this area, and they're like, at this time of year, like, your Christmas music station, Hot 101.7. You know, it's all they do
Did
is
you
play.
punch them?
Huh?
Did you punch them?
No,
Because I would have.
I made fun of it. Was Tyler.
Of course.
Oh,
It was
punch him,
Tyler.
whatever. It's
So I made
I
fun.
still would have.
but
He's
But
the one
it's
that
like-
made me like put my tree up and listen to Mariah Carey's Christmas. He's like
Yeah,
a big Christmas guy, though.
you see, though, when we decorate, I'll listen to Christmas music. When we, doing shit like like maybe the week before, or we got the kids in the car, we're going to a Christmas event. We'll put it on.
You gotta play
that
the part.
station.
You gotta
yeah.
Time of
Um,
year. Mm-hmm.
I even like some little mix-ups. Like what was it? Zoe Deschanel did that. I think it was She and Him.
Yeah.
They had that
Mhm.
whole album where they and even like
That's really good. Yeah.
Baby, it's cold outside, and everybody's like, "Well, that's misogynistic. He's trying to rape her." We're like, "Well, they reverse the roles in that where she's the one saying like, no, you can't go anywhere because we gonna fuck," and he's like, he's like, I really must go. And he's like, she's like, nah, babe. So they reversed the roles, and I thought that was kind of cool. So like, I do enjoy it, but when the time's right, like I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, well, it's December. Let's listen to Christmas music.
I know. Like I didn't even put the tree up till like December 20th if I can, but I'll put it up early.
Yeah,
I will work the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Carrie loves
and
it.
Go full on Christmas, but I will never do it a day before. And I think we talked about it on the last podcast. I might do the outside decorations the day before or the week before if I see good weather, but I'm not turning them on.
Should we?
I'll turn them on to test, and then they're shut down until after Thanksgiving because I want to celebrate Thanksgiving first.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
I
have an answer.
We celebrate Christmas, I think, harder than any other holiday there is.
We do. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's decorations up early.
Yep.
Lights are out early.
Yep.
Maybe it's something to do because it's dark out, right? Like generally the days are shorter.
Well,
right?
and even
like,
the stores try to sell you on Christmas early.
So how can we convert this to make like?
Yeah.
Shouldn't 4th of July be a harder holiday?
Well, it's.
But I mean,
it's
it's
how-
religion, right? It's religion based.
My
so.
theory.
The thing is 4th of July isn't stacked with other holidays. So 4th of July does come out early. We just don't care about it because there's nothing that it's trying to step on. With me, I feel like we care about it because it's already stepping on Thanksgiving. But I'm sorry.
No, I think the reason we really hit hard on that is it's just the consumerism part of it. Because like even since like 30s, 40s, way back when,
right?
It's it's about buying presents, this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, this is capitalist society. That's what we do.
Yeah, they want to shove it down your throat so you can buy things.
Yeah,
and
you gotta. Yeah, I mean, and I think big companies push that harder. That advertisement got harder since forever.
I got an idea. Next July 4th, let's all buy each other a gun.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
It'll be licensed to us, but each other, but we'll each have it. So it's like random murder weapon.
In this state, you don't have to have it licensed to you.
Right. So we're fine.
Literally, all you got to do is say, like, you traded me, you bought me a pistol, I bought you a pistol, we traded. That's it. Like, if I murder somebody with the gun that's in your name that you gave me, like it's in my name, but I gave it away, or I bartered it, or I traded, or I sold it. Like that's all you got to say, and like, and your hands are clean.
So we'll flood the market.
Hey, right now, you can go down to Millersburg Hardware down there. They got little Mossberg, like the sawed-off shotguns, or you can buy those down there now. I didn't even know those were legal now. And I looked it up. I'm like, okay, they are.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, it's probably quite a sawed-off, but it's
not. No, it's not a sawed-off, but it's a short,
pistol shotgun.
Yeah,
like a snub nose with pistol
snub nose. What it is. Yeah.
Because I think with a shotgun, you still have to have. To be legal, you have to have a certain barrel length.
Yes.
Like once you cut it.
Well, it even comes down to the stock too, right? Whether it has stock or its handle.
Stock doesn't matter so much as its barrel length.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Because nobody's gonna cut the barrel off at the pump part and say like this is for hunting. Like you can't hit shit. This is for concealment and tearing somebody in half. Like that's all that's for.
It's for shooting somebody directly in front of you with a bunch of pellets.
Right. But yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, like, because like I don't know, like holidays they all get Christmas is obviously a fun holiday. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's something to do in the winter.
I think
New Year's is also a big holiday. Like New Year's should be I feel like celebrated more too. But
I think a lot of it stems from like this time of year. They're all compacted. Like the holidays we celebrate in this part of the year are all compacted, whereas the rest of them are spread out. Like this month it's Mother's Day, and then we got Easter, or maybe vice versa, and then there's Father's Day, and and then like they're spread out. Even back like Valentine's Day for we like after New Year's we don't have a holiday for like 6 weeks.
Let's just do this real quick, and then I'll put a poll up, and then see everybody vote on it. What's your favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Steve?
4th of July.
4th of July?
Man. Cody?
I have to go with probably 4th of July too.
Yeah.
Because I love it lake. That's like the best
and
holiday.
I look forward to that every year.
Fireworks,
coming out to your house.
Barbecues, celebrating independence, man. What's up?
Well, and it's
Bruce
warm.
Springsteen, and
it's warm. I mean, there is the magic of Christmas. I like the spookiness of Halloween. It's just, I feel like I get more into the Independence Day, the 4th of July thing more than I get into everything else.
You know what just went in my head though? As much as I said, like, why do we celebrate these holidays over the others? I like the fact that you don't have to do as much shit.
That's like true.
That's 4th of July. Let's get some fireworks
and
drink some beers,
fireworks,
grill,
barbecue, beers.
Celebrate America.
Like I could put up lights on my shit, but nobody's gonna see them because it's daylight till 9 p.m. You know,
all we do is drive around your pontoon boat and like listen to John Mellencamp all day long. And
right.
that's
American
what we
flag
do.
flying.
Yeah.
Pound some beers, do some barbecue, and that's
Hell
it.
yeah,
Wait till dusk, watch the fireworks.
One thing about because like Christmas, you know, like like even right now, I'm like, oh shit, I got all these people to buy for, like,
Right.
so I'm because I'm lazy as well. It's I gotta get all this stuff done and like stressed about that.
Wrap it and keep it secret from. Well, for me, like keep it secret from the kids, and you know,
Right? And you're like, money, and that sucks, and then we're all broke after
buy
that.
everybody a gallon of mayonnaise and be like, hey, you're gonna use it.
That is not a bad idea.
How about you a Christmas gift you're going to use?
Yeah. It's a gallon of mayonnaise.
I'm going to be Oprah with a mayonnaise this year. You get a mayonnaise. You get a mayonnaise.
I'm gonna order through you.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting Bosco sticks.
You have to bleep that out, Steve.
I know you got them.
I've never said where I work from this entire show. Now you just ruined it.
I'm sorry. You got to bleep that out.
You fucked them up.
Steve, you got to bleep that out.
I will.
Cody, you need to set a rules before I get on.
So next up, we are going to taste this Call in the Cavalry.
Call in the Cavalry
from Millersburg Brewing Co. What can you tell us about this beer, Derek?
This beer here is actually it's a West Coast style IPA. It's technically a double IPA. So what this is it's going to be a higher alcohol beer, dry hops with mainly mosaic hops. Nice, it's pretty. It's
Do you
clear.
need to taste this?
Oh yes.
Well, no, I'm asking. Well, you already know what it tastes like.
I know
right?
what it tastes like. Yeah.
You brought two, so I figured Cody gets one, I get one, right?
No, let him
Okay.
get some at least.
We didn't get him a cup.
What the
Cody, that's kind
You're
of
fucking lacking, dude.
shit? Here, we got more cups. It's fine.
I brought enough. I should have brought 3.
Nah, that's all right.
Cody told me not to.
It's fine. Wait. You might not want that cup, Derek.
Why not?
Is there lipstick on? There's lipstick on here.
No,
Cody's is yours.
No, it's freshly washed. It's just wet. It didn't get a chance to dry before I put it away.
Sure.
No, because
Anyways,
I'm gonna
Derek, continue with the description.
a little
of the beer.
tidbit about me is whenever I wash dishes, I let them sit on a towel for like 5 minutes and then I put them away, whether they're wet or dry. So that's all that one is. It's just foggy.
They're never dry.
Well, and one of the things for this one too, I think one of the best ways to really describe it too, hit it on the nose. The biggest thing that everyone says is we put fruit in this, which we do not at all. There's no fruit in this.
I will say that color looks good.
I think we just perfected this beer on the way we play around with the hops.
You put fruit in this.
No fruit.
I'm just kidding.
Everyone thinks that we do.
Dude, I literally just, for those listening and those that watching, I literally just pulled a cherry out of my mouth because there's so much fruit in it. I'm just kidding.
It's how we play around with the hops. So,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. That's good.
He said good to an IPA.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning to like IPAs. Even whenever I was a chef, there were certain ingredients that I would taste. I'm like, ugh. Like I hated arugula. And I ate it so many times. Like, now I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I can respect arugula. I like it, and I know where to put it. Kind of like IPAs now. I know how to respect them, and I know what to do with them. You know, like it's gotten to that point where it's like, okay, it's not my favorite, but I know what it's about, and I know what it should be, and you know.
Part of this goes back to with IPAs especially. You go 10 years back. It's how you play around with acids because when you put your hop into the beer, it's you're releasing those acids. That's what's going to give you your flavor out of the hops. Hops have since the time of like German brewing, Old English brewing, everything else like that. Just hops give you a lot of the beer flavor.
Right.
That goes down to why people don't like a lot of IPAs is because that's called in the kettle hop. So you're putting in 200, boiling like 212 plus, boiling, wort. You add hops to that. The only thing that comes out of your hops is bitterness.
Yeah.
And bitterness is a learned trait that people do not like. And
Right.
whatever evolutionary thing, if that's poison, whatever, people do not really, that's people learn to like bitterness.
Okay.
That's a learned thing.
It's not something we're born with. It we're like, ooh, this tastes bitter. I want to.
Yeah, most people in general do not like.
Have you tasted sweet and salty?
Yeah. Sweet, salty, sour.
Yeah, but it's not bitter.
Yeah.
Like the bitterness of IPAs is what usually throws me off.
Yeah, and so this comes down to how you hop things now.
Yeah.
So you go 10 years back, IPAs, you put all your hops right in your boil process in the kettle. That makes bitterness out of a lot of those hops. Now we've learned that if you knock your temperature down to 160 degrees, 140 degrees, or you hop cold beer, you get different things out of your hops.
Okay.
So that's why more hops now, like this one, for instance, this in our process, we put very few bittering hops. Per style, you want some bittering, not always a lot now. You add it at certain times, whether it's in the fermenter or you learn to control your what we call wort, your sugar, your grain sugar water, which is just pre-beer before it hits yeast.
Yeah.
You learn to control that temperature. Once those hops hit a certain temperature, you get fruit esters, floral. You get stuff like that out of it now, and not bitterness.
So instead of just throwing in what's boiling, you're temperature controlling more when your hops
and that's
happen.
the old school IPA. If you ever have an old school IPA, it's just a bitter bomb. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people still associate with it.
Well, yeah, because I will say like my first IPA experience ever was the Sierra Nevada.
Yes,
I think that was one of like the first ones that actually kind of broke out.
Yeah,
That's the Sierra Nevada India Pale Ale. I would like maybe next week we should try that one because I haven't tried it since I've gotten a little more accustomed to them.
Yeah,
but and the very first time, like, oh, here's a beer. I'm like, oh, Sierra, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, it's funny because I've talked to a couple brewers. Like I used to brew with a guy named Aaron Yoder, which we need to get him on the show sometime too.
Yeah,
he works at Lockport Brewing now.
Okay.
But like him and I talked about that. Like one of the first loves we ever had was Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and that was the one that like really started getting people into like hoppier beers.
Right.
And people were doing IPAs,
which is funny because that's the first one that made me realize I hated IPAs.
It is. Yeah.
But then since then, everybody's making IPAs and they're doing them differently. And like I will say, I like some of the more citrus infused ones.
Yes.
Like those ones I like better because they're less bitter. It's more of that sour citrus.
Yeah, and a lot of,
but just that bitter hops flavor to me is just, it's. But I'm growing accustomed to like it.
Yeah,
like I just drank this and like I actually really like that.
Yeah, it turns out it's pretty nice.
yeah. But yeah, that was really good. I think.
An IPA is not something I ever want to like sit there and like drink like we drink on the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
But it's something that I can enjoy and I can appreciate, like a glass of wine, right? Because there's glasses of wine that have bitter sour notes to it. Like
right.
you know that.
Yes.
Like, but they have they have a lot more, like, I shouldn't say counterbalance to them, but in a way they do, because they have a more sour, bitter taste to them.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't realize that wines are bitter, and that's why they don't like them. But they have a more sour taste to them because they're from grapes, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
And there's sweetness to them. There's a sugar to them. So
yeah, but
it's literally.
I'm not gonna sit there and start chugging a Cabernet.
But I'm not saying we haven't done it.
I know,
right.
But boy, today,
no. Not saying that I'm never gonna sit there and chug a whole bunch of those. I'll probably regret it. But I'm starting to kind of like it. Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
Yeah, I think as you get older too, your palate adjusts to getting hit with harsh flavors. It gets used more to be like, oh yeah, I know what this is going to be like.
Right.
I know what this is going to be like. I know what this is going to be like. So it gets, I don't want to say used to it as much, but it kind of in a way it's used
more
to it.
accustomed to
It's
it.
more accustomed to it.
Because literally, like I said, that Sierra Nevada, that first IPA I ever tried was that one, and the second it hit my tongue, I'm like, what the fuck? It caught me by surprise. But now that I know an IPA, okay, I know what to expect. It's not a surprise, and now I know what to look for, and
right.
Now I can actually sit there and say, like, well, this is a decent IPA, or this is a more palatable IPA. Whereas the first time I ever had it, I'm like, this is for people that fucking hate themselves.
Yeah, right.
Because they don't
punish yourself.
Because they don't enjoy taste.
Yeah, there's a lot more behind it, and once you start to realize that, and like being in the restaurant industry, like we were, you being chef, and me being in the restaurant industry, like you understand the complexities behind it.
Right.
You start to understand the complexities behind something, and it's like you appreciate it a little bit more, and then you're like, oh, okay, I can understand that. And it's like, okay, we'll take it right now. If I put a lemon in my baby's mouth right now, that reaction would be like,
they're gonna hate it.
What the hell is going on? Put a lemon in my mouth right now, I would still go, whoa, but I can tolerate it a little bit more.
Right.
Yes.
So,
well, because you know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know
I know what to expect. But
you don't have that shock factor of like, oh, what the fuck?
Right. So somebody's like, I get like, if I was sitting there drinking Coors Light all night, when somebody poured an IPA in my glass and I wasn't paying attention, I'd take a drink of it, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
But I'm walking in knowing.
Or even like a finger in the
I'm
butt.
drinking something bitter. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Finger in the butt.
First time it's scary.
Once it's happened a few times. And
first time it's scary, and then all of a sudden you get used to it and you really start to enjoy it. And especially when it's a surprise.
The same analogy. It works perfectly across the board.
And just look those up on the internet if you want to know more about what we're talking about right now. It's all over the place. State.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how do you rate that one?
Think about what you're about to say.
It's definitely a good buy for anybody that loves an IPA. I think that's like.
Well, because he's right here, pretend he's not here. It's a piece of shit.
No, it's got great flavors.
Let's
to
cut
it.
his headphones for a second.
It's got like he said, it's got citrus notes to it. Like you put fruit into it, but it's got caramel notes to it too. I would say a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, that's a damn good beer right there.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I got the thumbs. I got the thumbs up. I will actually. I kind of want to buy it again. And then just something about just calling the cavalry, like,
in the cans,
let's get the boys together. Yeah, it's got dudes on horses and shit, and like the one guy's got brandishing a gun.
The old Union Army, just
if we're going to shoot some guns, you can bring a 6-pack of that.
Call them cavalry
one first, and then you go shoot your guns.
You're probably biased, so you're giving it like a 10 out of. You're giving it a 20 out of 10. I fucking made it.
I brewed this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the thing is, like, a lot of beers, like, I drink beers, I'm like, oh, I made this beer. I'm like, man, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm always trying to do better.
Right.
Think about my beers.
Yeah. I'm thinking back.
I think it'd be improved.
Yeah. I'm thinking back to my chef days. It's like, I cooked this dish. I know it's amazing, but like, why? I could have made it better. Where everybody's like, oh my God, it's so good. That's so good. That's so good. I'm like, I could have made it better. Shut up. It's hard to rate your own work.
Right.
It wasn't as good as this one time I made it.
Right.
One time I made it was so good.
Right.
It was perfect. And that's what I always do too.
But yeah,
I always kill myself with that. I'm like,
yeah,
this one time I made it was perfect. It was perfect. And I loved it so much. But now I can't recreate that for
I know. And it's, exactly.
Even like creating this podcast, I listen to it. I'm like, God, I sound like a fucking idiot. Like I can't stand my own voice.
It's hard to listen to your own voice too. That's my hardest problem with listening to once I've been on the show. I'm like, I need to watch it. I'm like, oh, I suck.
it's I feel like if you're hypercritical about what you're doing, you're going in the right direction.
Yes.
There are so many people out there that are so fucking sure of themselves and they're so sure of what they do. It's like, you're not doing it that good.
Well, and part of it's just even
you're just super self-absorbed at this point.
I skim every episode because I don't like listening to myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I skim it. I like go 1 minute, 1 minute, listen for 20 seconds, 1 minute, listen for 20
Yeah.
seconds. I listened to probably 5 full episodes the entire time.
Yeah, I used to. When I edit, I used to listen to it through and then edit out the breaks because I don't know if you guys noticed we usually take one good big break in the middle. And there's
the first time we ever did this, I think we all switched shirts a couple times.
Yeah. And there's about 10 minutes in the front that we're sitting there talking, getting warmed up before we actually go. Now I pay attention to timestamps before we start going when we hit break and when we come back from break, and I just fast forward through everything because I don't like listening to my fucking
man, maybe I start listening.
Well, and that's the thing. Like we don't really touch too many subjects where it should be edited out or that should be deleted or this topic was way obscure. We don't want anybody else to feel uncomfortable. So but if we're in the middle of something and we start talking about something that, okay, maybe that shouldn't be on air. We shouldn't be on the internet saying that. I'll make a mental note and cut it out. But we've never got that point.
So we're trusting your mental notes.
Yeah. So it's literally just cut the first 10 minutes of us warming up and then cut the middle out.
Which literally we were just talking about, hey, let's have a very
And then-
intellectual conversation about
And then
linguistics.
and then clean up the end, put the titles up there, all that bullshit. But yeah,
Hey,
hey,
we're raw.
If we
we're raw and uncut, baby.
yeah,
raw and uncut.
Kind of cut.
Worst thing that happens is we get canceled by half of our audience, and then we grow the other half for the other half.
I love it.
That's how it works. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts? No, just,
Howard Rogan.
yeah. What are your thoughts on this fucking polarizing thing that I'm gonna? Nope.
I was thinking about one thing we should try.
What's that?
And I don't know. I want to ask you.
Try it
about
now. We're just experimenting.
Your Joe Rogan's. He pushes that big pill line he's got. The On It.
Oh yeah.
Would you be down to try that and see if it works?
Get the brain thing.
Yeah.
Because the On It line has a whole bunch of products, but get the
Let's
brain
do a
one.
product review
What's the science?
that we're not sponsored for.
I haven't heard about this.
You want me to Google it? I can look
So
it up.
it's like some kind of chemical or something that's in there that you take the pill and it's supposed to make your brain work better.
So
it's called Alpha Brain.
science.
It's called Alpha Brain. It's
so you're-
nootropic to support brain function.
Yeah, so your brain's just a whole bunch of chemicals.
So we can do
and
an honest chemical
electrical functions.
Yeah, we can do an honest review for it, and I feel like that'd be fun. We'll do some shorts for it too, and put it on podcast or whatever. We'll put it on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
No,
go
put
for
it
it.
on,
I'll try anything
everything,
for
but,
sure.
yeah.
But I mean, I like to think my chemical imbalance in my head makes me unique, but whatever that is, I don't know. But
we just buy it and try it for 2-3 weeks and do
Yeah.
a podcast and see.
It's
if
got B6, L-tyrosine. That's a branched chain amino acid. Cat's
we don't
claw.
care what's in it. We don't care what's in it.
It's a
That's
bark.
fine.
Well, no,
rhino horn.
yeah.
Everybody out there, nobody cares what's in it. They just want to know if it works.
It's an herbal.
This is mostly the ingredients to make meth.
It's an herbal supplement. Yeah, that'd be so funny if we've been trying this On It Alpha Brain for a week and it's so stupid, but E equals MC squared. And everyone's like, whoa, these guys are so fucking smart now. They're so fucking smart.
If you ripped your entire ceiling off your house and put solar panels instead, you would pay $10,000.
My nosebleeds are terrible.
Oh no!
but
Wait,
I feel
sorry, I did my
great.
math wrong. $50,000. Idiots.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Let's just start doing a bunch of herbs.
Yeah, we'll do a bunch of herbs. See what it goes.
Let's do cocaine for a week and see
Um,
and see what kind of podcast that.
have you ever tried smelling salts?
Welcome
Yes.
to Business Ideas
Okay.
Podcast.
Yeah.
You guys talk about llamas.
We're gonna
Llamas?
try.
You guys
we're,
heard of llamas?
we're gonna try things so you don't have to, and we just start.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a bunch of drugs.
herbal supplement. Like, hey, we got a bunch of vitamin C.
We're not.
I feel like for
We're
that.
going to continue on our
LSD
way.
Maybe not
shrooms.
drugs. We're not talking about hard drugs. We can talk
Natural.
about over the counter drugs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this garlic supplement's supposed to give you better joint health. Or I'm just pulling shit.
I'm
we
really
just-
sold on the hard.
I always loved like
whatever.
the garlic supplement. I'm like, let's just fucking eat a clove of raw garlic then.
Yeah, we're just super dose vitamin C, and like all of a sudden, like Cody's sick. Like, it doesn't work.
Once I was like running the restaurant, like one of my favorite snack was to like take a handful of raw garlic, and you got that nice fresh peeled container, right?
Yep.
The life of the restaurant where it was like peeled, all the garlic's peeled, and it's just clove form. You just throw it in a deep fryer basket, fry it,
Yep.
deep fry that garlic, throw in a bowl, toss it with some Parmesan cheese and some salt and pepper, and just eat straight up garlic. I've eaten so much straight up garlic.
You made garlic confit.
Yeah, basically in a way, but I deep fried it, so I don't know if that's making confit. Actually, making garlic confit is the best thing.
with fat.
True,
So you cooked it with fat, garlic confit.
but my other favorite thing to do is take a bunch of heads of garlic,
Yeah, right.
put it in olive oil, put it in the oven with a bunch of fresh herbs, and slow cook it at like 200 degrees, and then like pull that out, pull the garlic out, macerate it in there with your oil, and then just dip bread in that. Oh my god! I love
for
garlic.
sure.
I love garlic.
I love
so much.
garlic.
Garlic's amazing.
Garlic's yeah.
But deep frying garlic and tossing in Parmesan cheese and salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I swear it'll. That's a. They say what's a natural
It's an antioxidant. Garlic is, right?
Yeah, what's the natural penis pill?
Viagra.
What's that?
Aphrodisiac.
It's not natural.
You're talking about an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, oysters are
Oysters are an
Oysters,
aphrodisiac.
straight up garlic is a natural aphrodisiac.
Oysters
I'll
are.
tell you
A
right
natural
now.
aphrodisiac.
Afro man.
Out of the
Straight garlic is a natural aphrodisiac.
I think I've drank too much now.
What is a aphrodisiac?
It's an aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac.
Yes.
Garlic is a natural aphrodisiac. I swear to God. You eat some raw garlic, it helps.
Yeah.
It does. It helps your bloodstream.
Get your dick
It
hard.
helps your bloodstream a lot.
Yeah.
Because I would fry that, and then you flash fry it, kind of. You like put it down for maybe like 30 seconds, pull it up, boom, toss this Parmesan cheese, some salt and
Bam,
pepper,
bam,
and
bam,
just
yeah.
like
The way
eat
you did it
garlic.
there, was it still crunchy?
Yeah, nice crunchy outside, in the middle. Was
Well,
so
no, I'm saying like crunchy, like raw vegetable crunchy.
No.
Oh, so it's
No.
still soft garlic with the crunchy outside with, okay.
Yeah, it was, oh my God. So
I
good.
got you.
So good.
I got you. Yeah, dude. I can appreciate
I'm sure I had
that.
garlic breath, so no woman wouldn't want to do anything with me, but
You had her dick, so
I'm married now, so and back then they were
must have worked. You
back
must be
then
doing
apparently my garlic breath doesn't
Goddamn
matter.
stud.
So
You must be doing something right. No, hey, I want to, since we're on the topic of food, I'm going to steal this straight from Two Bears, One Cave, the podcast,
Okay.
Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
yeah.
Recently on one of their episodes, long story short, they were talking about their perfect meals for the entire day. Like, let's say you're
okay.
not on a diet, all bets are off. I'd even say, they didn't say it was a death row thing, but I'd say it was, call it a death row thing.
Okay. Call
Okay.
it death row.
Your last breakfast, lunch, and dinner, there are no holds barred, and they didn't include like alcohol. But I'm saying, like, you wake up, you want to drink and have a breakfast, you want to drink and have a snack. We'll call it 3 meals:
All day.
breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you want to pepper in some snacks, go for it. I'm going to ask you first, Cody. You're perfect, no holds barred, all the calories you want, and all the booze you could drink. What are you doing?
Okay. So I'm gonna get me. We'll start with my carbs. I'm gonna get 2 waffles, 2 pancakes.
Oh,
I want 1 of each.
Okay.
I want 2 of each. Sorry. I'm gonna have those with the biggest dollop of butter you ever seen on them. You know, I want butter with every bite.
Yeah, an aggressive amount of butter.
Aggressive amount of butter.
Yep.
Aggressive amount of soft whipped butter that's already melted, like half melting on it, but I still want to be like able to like dip into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
With some wonderful syrup on it, you know.
Yeah.
There's like some high class syrups.
You might as well get that pure maple.
I can take Aunt Jemima's. Let's be honest with you.
Right. As long as there's syrup involved, but you might as well get the pure maple.
I want nice big fluffy pancakes and nice big waffles.
Mm-hmm.
I want the thickest bacon you ever seen.
Okay.
Like, not stupid thick, but not chewy. A little
Thick enough where
crisp
it's
on the
crispy,
outside,
but thin enough that it melts in your mouth.
Deep fried pork belly is what I want.
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
I want sausage links like crazy.
Yeah.
Because sausage links are so good.
Well, yeah,
I'd take sausage link
Cheap
over sausage
breakfast
patty
food.
any day.
Yeah.
Right.
A sausage link over sausage patty.
See, I like sausage patty.
The problem is with sausage patties, they always get dried out. A link, because they're in the casing, they're not dried out.
If you cook a patty good enough, it won't be dry. But no,
I'm saying typically they get dried
I'm
out.
not. Yeah, I'm
Typically
yeah.
they get dried out. People dry them out.
So you got the pancakes.
I just had
and
one I made in
waffles.
my house. It was not dried out. It
Yeah.
was good. But I love a sausage link over a patty.
Okay.
That's just I actually
I get
you know
that.
what?
Yeah, I get that.
Screw the patty stuff. Give me 6 sausage links, 2 pancakes, 2 waffles, and then I need 2 over easy eggs on that plate too.
Mm-hmm.
And I need a couple pieces of just plain ass white bread. I don't
Plain
need
white
anything
toast.
fancy. I don't need anything fancy. Just buttery white bread.
Yeah. You gonna put any jelly on the toast?
Nope.
No.
I'm done right
no
there.
jelly.
I'm
That's
done
your
right there.
breakfast.
That's my breakfast.
Fast forward to lunch.
Fast forward to lunch. Man, lunch is a tough one because
Yeah.
lunch is like you can go any way you want with lunch.
Right.
So do it.
So lunch, I'm gonna go to sandwich, right?
Yep.
Because lunch is a sandwich type of time.
Yeah, but you talking like a lunch meat sandwich, like an Italian sub, or because technically a burger is a sandwich? Or are you doing chicken or?
Maybe you gotta hear what I'm gonna say first.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did kind of
Man's got
interrupt.
the floor.
I interrupted you.
How
with
many
the prompt.
things am I gonna do? I
The
don't know.
senator's got the floor.
I interrupted you with a lot of prompts there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A burger is a classic, and that would almost be at my top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, what I do for lunch is just a beautiful charcuterie board.
Okay.
You're talking my last meal, right? So, like,
Yeah.
I'm talking meat and cheese and crackers,
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
And
That's brilliant.
everything
Yeah.
spread out galore.
Right.
So my lunch is basically me laying on my belly, just like getting fed by like some beautiful,
Almost in like tapas.
yeah, just
You,
like
it's
a
charcuterie
little bit
board
of this, a
tapas.
little bit of
Yeah.
that, a little bit of this. I want some boars and cheese with some of this. I
Yeah.
want some goat cheese. I want some 12, 16, 21-year-old cheddar with that. Like,
Yeah.
boom, just like meat and cheese. It's basically a salami sandwich in your mouth, but you're
Yeah.
crackers.
It's a deconstructed sandwich.
Done. I could die almost right there.
Yeah.
But I gotta
Dinner.
finish my dinner. And you know me. I'm gonna get me a big old fatty ribeye steak.
You steak boy.
I'm gonna get me a big, perfect ribeye, cooked medium rare.
Are you gonna go
You stole my
the
ribeye.
one end that's got the
That's part
tri-tip?
of mine too.
You know what I mean? It's got the triple eye of the loin.
No, what I'm gonna do is have them cook me a whole rib loin,
Yeah.
like a roast.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna cut it
And then find your best parts.
and find my best parts and take that. Because you just slow cooked it for me.
How many,
And
Yeah,
besides
how
with
many
that-
bathroom breaks do you get during this?
I'm gonna make them
last
sous
meal?
vide. Actually,
Well, that's all day. As many
Yeah, it's
bathroom breaks as you need.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, and I brought up the last meal thing just as kind of like to get you in that no holds barred.
What are you gonna
Thought.
do? What would you eat? What
Yeah,
would you have?
it's not gonna necessarily be your last meal, but get you in that no holds barred thought. You know.
Sides would be some kind of potato, obviously, because potatoes are great.
You don't have a favorite?
Man, that honestly is my last meal. my potato would be McDonald's French fries.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There you go.
That's
Fresh,
you can't
hot out the fryer.
That to be that quick. Yes. Yes.
And then I'd have a nice, perfectly pan-seared with pancetta
God, that's
Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
A little bit of cheese sprinkle on them.
And then
fresh parm.
and then at the end of the day, a dessert.
I'm already dead.
No, this, like I said, this isn't a last meal thing. It's just like, if
I had to pick a dessert,
or even like say it's your birthday and
Cheesecake.
like I'm like, hey bud, I got like $10,000. What are you gonna eat? It's your fucking birthday.
cheesecake.
Yeah, nice heavy dense cheesecake.
I'm not a
Any
dessert guy.
Any
at
certain
all.
flavor on it? You gonna do fruit? You gonna do chocolate?
Nah, it's 100% just like a normal cheesecake.
Straight up
It's
cheesecake,
So good.
no toppings.
Graham cracker crust on that cheesecake.
yeah.
Maybe a light like blueberry drizzle topping on it.
Okay.
I think that would be like send me out.
And then drinks. Are you drinking with this?
Yeah, that's actually the most important. Yeah, the whole time.
Well, is that option available? No, yeah,
No, I even said with alcohol.
Yeah,
That's one thing that whenever they talked about theirs, they didn't include alcohol. Like,
so with my
Parent.
breakfast, I'll do one drink per. Okay, so with my breakfast, 100%, I'm just gonna be smacking White Russians down. 'Cause
okay,
it's kind of milk.
okay.
It's kind of
So
creamy.
you
It's
got
kind of
your one
fun.
thing.
you got
Yeah.
your Kahlua coffee, you got cream, you got
Yeah.
vodka.
Yep. And then for my lunch, beer.
With your sandwich, you got beer. You got beer with your sandwich.
got
That makes
beer.
sense.
And then
Take it, Hunter S. Thompson. You know,
I'm gonna take her out with red wine.
that's what you're finishing with.
Red wine with my
Yeah.
steak. Absolutely. I just got to experience all the best of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that meal plan right there.
That
That's
sounds
beautiful.
great.
Yes.
Everybody, you write that down right now. Like,
Yeah.
put that down as your last meal.
No, I mean, like,
you're
you're not wrong.
gonna do some crime.
You are not wrong. Like, that is amazing.
I don't know how you beat that.
Right. Now, I want to ask you, Derek,
Okay.
how's your day starting? And like I said, you want the attitude of a last meal, but it's not your last meal. It's just like like if you had one day where you could just eat everything you wanted, how's it start?
I'm gonna start off with like
And drink.
Oh well, I'm gonna start off with the premise. I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 eggs Benedict with the hollandaise sauce.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit with that.
Mm-hmm.
Cody actually hit on to like pork belly.
Yeah.
Yes. So I or maybe just some good old slabs of just straight up bacon. Just
Right.
good old fatty cut bacon,
Yeah.
like a whole pound.
Right.
Hit with
right.
that. Man, I don't know. It's
What's your lunch drive? What drink are you gonna
Are-
have? with your
yeah.
breakfast?
What do you
With
what are you
this,
drinking?
okay.
What are you drinking?
okay,
in
and,
breakfast?
okay, and this we're also gonna go with this too, because I love seafood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit something every step of the way. My last 3 meals. I think I'm gonna start the morning off also with the hollandaise, that pork
Mhm.
belly. I want to hit it with a lobster tail. Start off
Okay.
with.
Yeah.
Hollandaise sauce to go good.
Yeah,
too.
for
I'm
sure,
gonna hit
dude.
that.
They do lobster hollandaise sauce. on top
I'm
of
gonna
it.
drink a half a bottle of port wine
Oh, okay.
and
Port
it's-
wine to start your day, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it's my last day. My last day on
Huh?
Earth. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. This is
At least a half a bottle. I might finish it. I don't know.
I think you guys are too hung up on the last thing. You have to have that last thing attitude, but this could happen tomorrow. Right
we're
now.
gonna do it tomorrow,
It's your
yeah.
ideal
Well,
thing.
I keep thinking in my head, if you ever watch or you ever like looked up on a couple people like would have dinner with Hunter S. Thompson and they would talk about how much he would just he'd have like 2 milkshakes,
Yeah.
drink 4 beers, and then have like 5 cocktails, and then eat a ridiculous amount of food for like a very skinny small man.
Yeah.
He was kind of a ridiculous human being, and that's I'm so hung up on this last day thing. I'm living it.
Yeah.
This is my last day on Earth.
All right.
Whatever
all right.
that
That's fine.
means.
Okay, you can play it like
Asteroid
that.
or
Right, let's
yeah.
get to
You
lunch.
play it like that. What
We
you
gotta
got
get
for
to
lunch?
All right. Well, no, I'm also going to for breakfast though. One of my favorite beers of all time. I'm gonna have 4 Miller High Lifes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. But you
It's almost
get
like
one
a
drink and you get one food.
No.
No, there's no rules here. You can have as
Oh,
many
jeez,
drinks as
you
you
didn't
want.
tell me that. I don't know for 2 years then.
It's a splurge meal, dude. It's a splurge day. Like,
Okay, well,
So, very Ohio. For lunch, I'm gonna have at least one, if not two, maybe fried bologna sandwiches.
oh,
You got
really?
thick cut or thin cut.
You're going fried bologna.
But I like hot peppers on them. Yes, that's nostalgic. My dad always made them. That's,
Okay.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna have some of that. I want crab legs as well.
There you go.
Champagne with my crab legs. at that
Champagne?
point.
Okay.
At least one bottle.
Champagne for lunch. That sounds good.
Exactly.
I like that.
So I'm gonna hit with that. And then just a good old American burger.
Okay.
You know, good old American burger. I'm gonna have that.
Fried bologna sandwiches and burgers. I don't even know if you can fit this in you.
Oh
but
no,
that
I
sounds
can do
great.
it.
Yeah,
I would.
You'll fucking
It's
figure
my
it
last
out.
day,
You'll
yeah.
figure it
24
out.
hours. You're already
Well,
done.
and this goes back to when we were talking about Cody. I was like, how many bathroom breaks do I get?
Unlimited.
You know, you got to keep flushing it out.
Right.
Flush it out.
It's
Right.
gonna be
Keep it
throwing it
moving.
all up. All right.
Is that
Well,
it
you
for
got to
lunch?
throw it up. You got to throw it up. That's
Is that it
fine.
for lunch then?
Yeah, I think so.
What are you doing dinner?
I haven't thought this far ahead. I was thinking from here to there. Well, and Cody did say with the ribeye, I do like me a good ribeye.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like me some good scallops.
Yeah. Ribeye with some scallop toppers on it.
A big thing, and I've always loved, and actually you two turned me on to this, like just from working in the restaurants. Is like I just like a big old plate of crawdads and some butter.
Yeah.
That's good. It's easy. I love the flavor.
What are you drinking with all that?
With that, good old IPA.
Yeah.
Give me some of that, and then I think my last drink ever on death row, since I'm still on it, is I'm gonna have just big old glass of bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good old Kentucky bourbon.
Dessert?
No, I'm not a dessert guy.
No dessert?
Another lobster tail, and then I'm done.
All right. Well, that sounds awesome.
You just changed the rules completely.
How did I change the rules?
You told me that bro when I started, and then it changed.
I said, think of the mindset.
and then my middle.
I said, think of the mindset
Cody,
as it's
I'm
your
on
last
death row.
meal.
That's all right. My
Your
meal is
mind-
beautiful. I'm going to tell you right now.
Your
mine is
mindset should be the last meal.
I finally
but
got
it's
busted.
not going to be your last meal.
I finally got busted for too much jaywalking.
He got
you know,
hyper fixated on the last meal thing. You got
It is,
minor
I'm admitting
fixated
that.
on the last meal thing. I'm saying like we could do this tomorrow. It's like your ideal day of eating
It
food,
changes all the time. No, I
Right.
get you, I get you.
but like your perfect day. You know.
Yeah,
You want to hear mine?
I do.
I'm gonna start off with 2 Bloody Marys.
Okay.
Very heavy vodka, like more vodka than more Mary than bloody, I guess. How you
we
call
can
it?
arrange that.
I want like basically kind of like you said, but like a diner style full breakfast spread where you get the pancakes, sausage, eggs, over easy, hash browns. I want wheat toast. I love wheat bread.
Yeah.
Want some wheat toast, heavy butter, and I do want jelly on that. Strawberry. Fuck grape jelly. Strawberry's better.
I feel like. Sorry to cut you off here. I feel like in all of our stories, the entire time, we just need a caulking gun that's
Of
full
butter.
of butter.
Yeah. No, because every single story
Yeah.
needs butter.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
Everyone needs
sure.
butter.
It's so good.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So a whole lot of Bloody Mary, a whole lot of just like that breakfast platter that you get at any diner or even Denny's. Like I think they call that the fucking lumberjack slam, where you get the
Grand
pancakes.
Slam,
Yeah.
lumberjack slam,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That version or the best version of that. I'd even settle for the Denny's version at this point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want that food in front of my face after I've pounded a couple Bloody Marys. Give me a couple shots of Jack before lunch. And get me into lunch. I'm gonna do the bistro burger with the blue cheese glaze.
Mm-hmm.
That shit. The Cajun, the barbecue seasoned.
Barbecue does.
I'd add bacon to
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and onions. Give me some fries, and then I want some hot wings. I want some wings with my lunch
Yeah,
as a side.
I like that.
6 beers. You know,
I mean, you
six
say
pints.
beer. You can have as many beers as you want. It don't matter.
I know, but I'm saying like while I'm doing all of that lunch, I'm gonna pound 6 tall Miller Lights, like 16 ounces in a frosty glass for sure, and hopefully I can fit it all. But I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah. It's your last day on Earth.
It's not my last day. I'm saying the last day.
Yeah,
last day attitude. Last day attitude. But just we could go ahead and do this tomorrow. And then rolling into dinner, probably going to have some more Jack Daniels first as an appetizer. Give me some garlic bread with that, right? Because I love fucking garlic bread, right?
Okay.
And then the main course is definitely going to be a ribeye steak.
Yeah.
The fattiest fucking ribeye steak I can find. I'll even tell them, don't trim the fat off the edges. I'll eat that.
That's a good part.
Yeah.
So I said take a whole rib loin. Let me cut it.
Make it
Let
fatty.
me cut it and pick my steak out of it.
Give me a baked potato with a bunch of sour cream and butter. Bring that caulking gun out for the butter again. The Brussels sprouts with the bacon for sure. 100%. And then while I'm eating that, I'll drink a glass of a good red wine, like a good Cabernet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think dessert's going to be some sort of like apple fritter or apple pie, like, or apple crumble, like, a baked apple pastry thing.
See, I think this all evolved as I was talking because it became
No.
You can order up anything you wanted.
So imagine if you're on death row for tax evasion. And
No, because like this one was in my head. Everything that I just said has been in my head because I came up with the bit. Right?
I love that, but if you come up with a bit, then you probably should start because you gave it to me, and I'm like in my head, my options already like, all right, you can only do one thing.
I explained it pretty properly.
I mean, you probably did, but
maybe. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have went as the example.
We're all on death row for money laundering.
We are not on death row. We're going into this with a death row attitude where we can do this. We can literally do this tomorrow and still be alive. It's just
Here's the funny thing. Though. Now that I just said that, though, imagine you're in death row, right? And they give you they give you the death row menu.
Right.
My death row meal will be lobster because I'll just die from that because they can't get me.
Oh. Bam.
I'm allergic to lobster. You ain't taking me down, and I eat the lobster, and I fucking die by my own hand because I ain't a bitch.
You're going to choke to death slowly.
Fine. They'll have to resuscitate me, use more of the taxpayer dollars. You, the people out there listening, they'll have to use more of the taxpayer dollars to bring me back just so they can fucking kill me with more of your dollars.
They already got your medical reports when you came in. They ain't going
to give you a lobster. My big old 2 middle fingers in the air to all of society as I go. Fuck y'all.
And a beautiful little story. I just will always remember this. I don't know, it's burned into my brain. One day, because, I work for these two.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I think we had a seafood bruschetta, and I remember walking past you two.
Yes.
And then Cody just going, "Oh, maybe you're over that's all I heard.
Allergies changes.
Allergies
change all the time. Maybe you're not allergic anymore.
And I heard yes.
No, Steve made the special. He brought it back in the office, and he wanted me to try it to make sure it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And because at this point, he's
I think we've already talked to this.
Yeah,
we talked about this on the podcast. But you weren't here that time we talked about it, so we have.
I was there.
The eyewitness.
No, because the next
Thanks
time
for listening to our podcast, Derek.
I don't like to hear your guys' voices either. No, I love you guys.
But
but I remember, and because I just remember that moment because you guys talked about it. I'm like, oh, those idiots. And the next thing I saw was just like literally like we got busy and you had like one eye swelled shut.
I look like Hitch from the movie Hitch. I look like Will Smith from the movie Hitch.
That was my only context of that day.
Yeah.
Was that like I heard that part of the conversation.
Yep.
And then your face was swollen.
Yeah.
And then
I shouldn't.
And then I threw him on my back. I drove him over to the marina and got him Benadryl. It's fine. Exactly how the story went.
You walked through snow.
You didn't do any of that
in the summertime. I remember that.
I know, but it's not how the story went at all.
Steve. I got you, Steve.
That's not how the story went at all. So now I make the story mine.
I do remember that. Like you saved me. You saved me so hard that day.
I literally crushed up Benadryl.
Mm-hmm.
melted it down.
Well, no, you chewed it in your mouth and you fed me like a baby bird.
Oh, that's right.
Because I couldn't.
And
I
the
couldn't
top
even,
of
You
the light-
swallowed it and you
I couldn't even
regurgitated it.
barely open my mouth because
in
I
the
was so
top of the
small.
lighthouse, I regurgitated in your mouth.
And you even like just to make the spirit right, you made like the bird noise, just like.
I figured you needed sunshine too, dude. to
Yeah.
get over it, so I figured
Yeah.
it worked.
But is there much else you guys want to talk about? You guys got anything? You got anything you want to bring up?
I do.
Okay.
That shirt is awesome.
Yeah.
Show that off real quick.
I got this.
For you listenings, there's not a lot of you, but we love you for listening. By the
It
way,
says made in the 90s.
it's made in the '90s and it's literally
And then
a
it,
Full House shirt.
well, it says fool. Fool's not like
Oh wait,
my cup is full.
let me see.
It says fool, like you're acting a fool. That was whenever me and Sarah.
because they couldn't sell it as full. I got you.
Well, me and Sarah went and saw that. It was that one weekend we got the night off, and my parents watched the kids. We went. Oh, it was a Hall of Fame weekend,
yeah.
and in the back of jerseys or whatever, they had that band that played, and we went and watched them. I bought their T-shirt. Yeah,
Like, I'm never going to understand the fact that my kids don't know what a CD is or Game Boy is.
Oh,
yeah.
Or a.
Is that Tamagotchi? Is that Tamagotchi down there?
I just went blank on a floppy disk. A
Yeah,
floppy
that's
disk.
a Tamagotchi down there.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
A floppy. I used a floppy disk at the end of the floppy disk era.
Right.
But, like, how technology just went from floppy disk to this.
Yeah,
Who knows what hell happened there, but. And bright and beautiful colors were like all the rage.
I think this is the second time I've wore this shirt on the show. Thanks for noticing.
I used to have.
But finally.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I
Thanks,
thought it was
Cody.
brand new and you stretched it out today. But, anyways.
No, I stretched it out a while ago.
No, other than that, I got nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to talk
nothing.
about?
You know what? I do have one more thing.
What's that?
Steve,
Yeah.
did you have a damn good time?
Oh, I had a damn good time.
Derek, did you have a damn
I
good
always have a
time?
damn good time with you guys, you know?
Cody,
This is fantastic.
did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. So I think we can finish her out.
Yeah, click like and subscribe. Do all the fun things. We know you're listening, but the likes don't show up. Fucking hit the like button.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
But
I
I
see
mean,
you.
hey, but if you don't, we still love you anyway. We're coming off as aggressive right now, but
I will find you.
Fucking do it.
we still love you. Even if you don't hit like, we still love you.
We
Thanks-
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for
Tell
all
your
the
friends.
listener support, all the viewer support, all that fun shit. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here.
To another damn good time.
To another damn good time. Cheers, boys.
Damn good time.
Cheers.
Cheers.